You dabbled in physics and astronomy. I cut my teeth in on philosophy. Won't you share your art with me? Even though so far apart we be, won't you have a heart to heart with me? Oh. Hi guys. Oh, sorry. I thought I was on. I was like starting to talk and everything, and I forgot to push like go. Sorry. All right. It's me, Svavar Knútur, your friendly neighborhood human being with all my flaws and all my humanities all over the place. I'm really happy to be with you on this Monday night in Iceland. It says 9:30 here, but in America it's just like early afternoon. In Europe, Western Europe, it's like 10:30. So I'm sorry, guys, to keep you up, but I'm really happy you're here. And I've kind of gotten into this idea to do heart-to-heart videos where I'm chatting with some of my favorite artists that I love to work with and love to hang out with, and just I'm a huge admirer of their music or their vision, or like the combination of everything they are, the culmination of their humanity. Always when I'm always so impressed with the people I work with and the people that I meet in life. So this guy is absolutely no exception. His name is Kyle Woolard, and I met him many years ago. Like we've been traveling together in music almost all of my professional career, and he's been a constant source of inspiration and encouragement. And I'm always feeling so motivated when I meet him. He always brings out like the beast in me. Like I always want to be better and better at my art. So when I met him, he was in his band called The Anatomy of Frank. But now, and he used to live in a town called Charlottesville, Virginia. But now he's living in Vermont in a tiny cabin he built for himself, and it's amazing. And he's got a project now called Oh Glorious Leader, or Glorious Leader. And I'm really happy to introduce you guys to a wonderful friend of mine, Kyle Woolard. I'm gonna put him on. Wow, nice. Hey man,
Hello.
welcome.
Hey,
Looking.
Svavar.
Hey, oh, I didn't see you there. Hey, hello.
Oh, how's it going? What are you doing here?
Great. I'm just hanging out on a wonderful Monday night in Iceland.
Beautiful.
It is actually the day of the Icelandic tongue, which means like the language. Yeah.
Ah, that's a language I've been trying to learn for 8 years.
Well, you've certainly succeeded in many ways. I mean, to hear you speak it is uncanny, actually.
Thank you. Well, what happened was I was starting to learn it, and I have this thing with languages where I get hyper motivated, and then as reality sets in, it tends to drop off. But with Icelandic, the trouble was I got quite good at the Icelandic accent, and yeah, so that kind of derailed me from actually learning the language. I was very focused on getting a couple Icelandic impressions down, and then I haven't really picked it up since.
Oh, you really caught. Yeah, I was always impressed. You really made good fun of Icelanders with your accent.
Yo yo.
Yo yo yo. With the breath. The breath is really funny.
Yo yo.
You really catch that.
Well, yeah, but no, I do intend to pick it back up. But you know, you being a master of several languages, which I think includes German now, am I correct?
Ja, das ist so, das ist so.
Ja, das ist so,
Genau,
oder,
ja,
oder,
ich
oder.
spreche so. Aber dein Deutsch ist viel besser als mein.
Oh, ja.
Ja. Oh, du
But
bist
one of
der
the things,
deutsche Meister.
one of the things that really stood out to me was when I first met you, which was online. This would be 2012. I listened to your lyrics, and it was not English as a second language quality lyrics. These were like stabbing me right in the heart, and that's when I think we I reached out to you and we became friends.
Yeah, I've always thought like, yeah, we first bonded through the shared love of the story, the storytelling. Hi,
Hmm.
Mike. Great to see you, man.
Mike.
Mike Easer. Yeah, wonderful guy. And we've got so many people like Lisa Bayer here from Oldenburg.
Hi, Lisa.
It's very sweet, sweet to see you guys in Sale. Good to have you. Yeah. I think the language is such like this palette of colors that you choose to use to create and to make me to tell the stories and I think when people kind of catch that another person has the same passion for language, I think it's always very encouraging.
It is, yeah. Um, I'm actually working with my friend, Julius Björkvitsen from VAR.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Julius, he's amazing.
yeah, he's amazing. And he and I are working on a song together. Of course, it's going to be remote, but I'm extremely excited, and it's going to be in Icelandic on a Glorious Leader EP. So
Wow,
I'm I'm
that's
I'm slowly infiltrating my way into your culture in a very insidious and sluggish pace.
we have a request. Do you see the request
Which one?
right on the
He,
screen? Do you see
he
it?
wants me to say Eyjafjallajökull.
Very good.
Eyjafjallajökull. Já.
Sævar,
Sævar.
hann neldi þetta sko.
Það var
You nailed
æðilt.
it.
Já.
Because you are one of the few people that I know from the Outlands that gets the sound, this click. and the
Fjalla.
Fjalla.
Halla kalla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always very. I think that's one of the hardest sounds in the language.
It is, and it's one of the funniest too, because the only way that I've been able to express it to Americans is to think of like that stereotypical sitcom nerd with like the braces and like the headgear, and they can't really say their
Hey,
S's,
guys.
and so they go like this, and that's essentially what you all do in your everyday speech. Which
Yeah. Hello. Catching. Always having this
you
great
guys
time.
see the latest Battlestar Galactica?
Oh my god! So
But
I
I
love
find
your
it- yeah.
jacket. This jacket is part of your kind of reinvention.
Yes.
Yes, Cyber is super impressed, man. Cool.
Thank you. Oh, tack Cyber. Yeah.
Kyle really has made amazing strides in just the pronunciations and the accent and everything.
But just disclaimer, I don't want to harp on it too much, but I do need to warm up a bit. So come back to me in a little bit and I'll be nailing it.
Yeah, I really, I've always been impressed by your ability to like this mimic ability, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's very, as a musician also, when you're young, when you're starting out, you're trying so hard to sound like your influences. And I think that always came fairly easily to me because I'm a fairly good mimic, or at least I'm motivated to be a mimic. And then you spend like the entire rest of your dying days trying to undo the mimicry.
Well, speaking of mimics, and I think this is no coincidence. One of the songs that was like the biggest, like when I first met you, I was super impressed with your song Bill Murray.
Yeah.
That was one of the songs by The Anatomy of Frank.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Bill Murray is actually one of those humorists that are so good at like blending in and just like really catching the atmosphere.
Yeah. It's a funny story with that song. I wrote it, and the original title, it was kind of just a random thing. It was called Bill Murray Lost My Virginity. Not like he took it, but like he misplaced it. And I thought that was funny, but we shortened it to Bill Murray. And then when we recorded it, my producer at the time, he went on this huge quest. Like he said, he just spent hours listening to this song. And at the end, he figured out exactly how it tracked Bill Murray's career and his life. And I had to tell him that it had nothing to do with Bill Murray.
Ah, I love that.
Yeah.
Because like that's when a song gets like distanced from the artist, you know?
Hmm. And that's kind of the time I realized that it's probably not too good to always tell people what your songs are about. If you know, if it's a song that really has some emotional impact, um,
No,
let
no,
people
not so.
hang on to
No.
that.
Let people have their own, connection with the song, of course. I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what the song is about in my head, but like a lot of the times people need
Hmm.
their own version. Yeah. Um, and you've really, I mean, you've come a long way. I mean, you started your path in a field that is very far from like being a singer songwriter, man.
Yeah, I did. And I think what has happened is, as the band has, I still haven't officially announced what the band is doing, but Jimmy's down, he's in grad school, he's a genius, and Max is playing in some other groups down in Virginia. And but essentially having moved on from it, I have realized that what I enjoy most is finger picking, and uh, I can put on a show by myself, and especially in today's day and age, and you and I have talked at length about this, it's much more economical to travel solo, to tour solo.
Yeah, I mean, and in this world where like the capitalism is starving and basically just ripping opportunities from smaller artists, it's wonderful just to be able to, how do you say, reclaim your economic independence like that.
Exactly. And you were a big inspiration in that when I saw that you were able to tour Europe purely by yourself, um, and develop just an organic, small collection of fans who's not so small anymore. Um, I saw that and
Just
I
yeah.
thought to myself, if I can go over and have 50 people at a show night after night, I can actually make a fairly decent living doing what I love. And yeah, you were a big source of inspiration for me in that. I don't want to just spend the whole time kissing each other's asses,
Yeah,
but
that's all right.
yeah.
Christian Elstig asks, what musical style would be a challenge for you to try? Here, yes.
So Christian, when I was in university, I decided to take on an extra credit of jazz guitar, and I did a whole semester under the most volatile and mean guitar teacher,
Yeah.
probably this side of the Mississippi, and he basically treated guitar like I was a brain surgeon who had to perform surgery in 3 months. Like if I screwed up, I got screamed at. One time I tried to do a little bend, like a, and he stopped and he goes, "What the hell was that?" And he just like berated me.
That's
And
just terrible.
yeah, I don't know whether it was that that whiplash style BDSM guitar teaching method, or if it was just that I'm not very good at it. But jazz is the genre that would challenge me the most, I think.
Yeah, it's certainly like there are schools of the approach to jazz, you know, that vary.
Yeah,
Like one of them is like this laissez-faire, like yeah, just like move with your emotions and like learn and grow, and the other one is like this heavy kind of like you must be perfect, like screaming at artists. I don't go with that school. I don't believe music has that. It's supposed to be that. Music
no,
is a bit supposed to be something kind and good and healing and wonderful, and it's
yeah,
supposed to be the common property of mankind and not some elitist, you know. Oh yeah, look, you are a star. You're a star. You're the best. You're amazing. But
exactly.
but back to the idea, about capitalism and about doing things by yourself. This I was just reading about this neoliberal philosopher Hayek. I'm sorry to bring this to a political level, but
Let's go there.
but like it was so funny that he said it's like this. There's this myth in capitalism that there's like always this one worthy person that becomes a billionaire, and everyone else is just like not worthy, like they're just like, they're not good enough. But Hayek himself, like the father of the ideology, admitted that for each one that becomes a billionaire and like completely just like tops the system and reaches this monopoly position, there's 10,000 worthy ones, that simply don't catch a break, because for capitalism to work, you have to create this illusion. And that's just a horrible idea, And I
Yeah.
would much rather see, like, instead of like one Taylor Swift and then 10,000 nobodies, I would much rather see 10,000 musicians just living a great life, having a nice time. Just like me, like I have an amazing career for myself. I'm so grateful for what I have. And I managed to live a comfortable, nice, middle class life on my music. And it's completely, it doesn't, so I think it's because of folk, because folk is one of the few like kind of little genres of music that is kind of exempt from capitalism because it's not cool enough,
Yeah. That's
but
a that's a
capitalism just doesn't want to
space.
touch it.
That's a space I've always been comfortable in there. And, also looking at genres like punk, where you can just always type kind of do something totally off guard and it's appreciated instead of frowned upon. And yeah, with capitalism, you're totally right. And yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be one of these guys who isn't that successful and so therefore gripes about how I should be more successful. But
No,
at the same
I would want 10,000 people to have the same success as I do, I would
dirt,
much rather to have like not Taylor Swift, but like 10,000 more people living the same life as me.
yeah, and that usually, you're right. It comes down to the capitalistic system of record labels and how they promote. They want to create that one golden goose,
Yeah, because it's
and
all
they're
about
not interested
economics.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
economics of scale. They want to get 50,000 people to this one festival or concert, so they can
Hmm.
just sell 20,000 hot dogs and 30,000 beers or something, and just
Yeah,
like just pump it in there, because they just need to fill that with bodies and cattle and pigs. Just like they treat the idea of the audience to the artist as just like cattle and just commodities.
yeah.
How many units can we sell, move
This,
per concert?
this is what always turned me off of, like, I've got this fear, this phobia of online promotion, which I'm trying to get over. And those of you listening, help me out by liking my stuff or whatever. But I'll be you'll soon enough see some advertisements from me too. I always just felt like, man, they when you talk about marketing, it's like people have no brains. They just follow, you pump ads at them and they're just like, I will now listen to this. And they go off in that
Yeah.
direction. Um,
And you don't want to be that guy, you don't want to be that.
yeah,
And then you
but
have to be.
yeah, you have to be. And so I'm gonna try more of it. I'm gonna try to treat people a little more like cattle in my in my online promotion skills. But luckily in my personal career, it's been very much like yours, which is a lot of personal connections. If every time I've had like management and things like this, I always come back to, I could probably do this myself and have more fun. And maybe there's a lower ceiling for me, but maybe not. I just
Yeah.
I don't need that. I don't need the toxic rat race of it all. I just love playing music and I love playing concerts.
Yeah, and if you serve what you love, you're going to be happy either way. You're going to be broke and happy. That's better than being rich and miserable.
Yeah. And
But
I want to
you don't even have to be broke. You can be quite
yeah,
comfortable.
that's the thing. I want to land somewhere in the middle. And I think this is to round off our very heady discussion of the capitalist versus
It's not even
communist.
socialism. It's just
Yes,
like
it's just like,
it's not even socialism. It's just like common sense.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
common sense life of just why should everything be treated as cattle? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and just to that point, just one of the reasons that I love being in the genre I am, which is, I don't know, folk, indie, mixed with some other things, is that you can kind of just carve out your own niche, do your own thing, and no one really bothers you.
But
And
hey,
it's
dude,
great.
there's one thing I would love for you to do a song for us now. Like we've
Oh
been
yeah.
talking now for 20 minutes. I'm sorry guys for blah 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 blah. But
This
like
is
I
this is
love
how our
seeing my
tours
friends.
are.
Yeah, we talk so much and we have such a good time. You know what I miss, man? I miss being on the Deutsche Bahn, on the ICE train, and just sitting with a beer and some French fries or a
Schnitzel.
yeah, and just like and just
Me too.
watching the world go by through the window and maybe just like improvising, like when we're watching some people in the dining cart and they're talking and we're like, what do they do? What are you supposed to be talking about? And then we just start to make up shit about them. And
I miss it. I miss it so much.
it was so fun. But please play us a song, man. I'd love it.
Thank you, Svalbard.
What I'm gonna do is just like I'm gonna phase myself out.
Okay.
There we go. And I'm gonna give you like the focus now, guys. Thank you so much, all of you who are watching. Thank you so much for hanging out, and
Yeah.
please comment and stuff. I'm trying out this new thing, the StreamYard, and it's really nice. It kind of feels great to work with it. It's really like idiot proof, which for me is just so good.
Yeah. Well, so I've got an album out called My Kingdom. I live in this place called the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. It's such a special place. It's like you're going back in time 50 years. And I wanted to make this new EP about home and like my relationship with home. And this is a song called November Gloom, and it just kind of captures the beautiful like longing sadness of this time of year. I don't want to say longing sadness. It's like there's this beautiful darkness about it. That's what the
Awesome.
song is about.
I'm just gonna put you on solo now. All right?
Okay.
Cool.
November gloom, cold skin, apple cider garbage tin, soggy leaves, fog swirls. Watch the trees bend and blow. They surround my little home, keep me sheltered from the world. Feed the stone in the night, cup my hands around my eyes to see the snow coming down. Short cold days, heart freeze, ski a path between the trees to the field above the town. November gloom, that psychic premonition waits on you to fall. Open your eyes, don't trust your intuition. It's all beautiful. November moon, shine bright. Let us ski without a light to the neighbor's cabin house. And if I leave here someday, be it death or higher pay. Let me quickly turn around, 'cause I would long to be here, if only for a day. If ever I had laughed, if ever I had strayed, I had strayed. Half my life I fought to deny the nagging thoughts that arrive on autumn winds. Stay a while, then leave. I'll accept this part of me. It makes me who I am. November gloom, that psychic premonition waits on you to fall. Open your eyes, don't trust your intuition. It's all beautiful. So love the world when it's blowing dark and pouring. You try to love it all. And love yourself when you're angry, lost, and boring. You are wonderful. Love yourself when you're angry, lost, and boring. You are wonderful. Svava? Am I frozen or are you frozen? I cannot tell. One of us for sure is frozen. Well, in the event that you all can hear me and not Svavar, let me just keep this party rolling. Oh wait, I see something.
Sorry, man.
Oh, that's okay.
My computer freaked out for a second there. Good to
I
have you there.
maintained the momentum.
Man, like you saved my balls there.
No,
right
people
there.
can attest. I did a great job with my banter. But I am hearing an echo.
That was. Oh yeah, and I know why that is. I have to fix something real quick. Audio. Wait, what? That is weird. You're not supposed to be playing on the speakers of my computer.
That's okay.
You are.
Yeah.
All right. Well, man, I'm just gonna try to.
Let's just fix it. It is funny. I mean, everyone watching surely is having to use Zoom all the time. And this has become so commonplace. I don't feel like anyone's upset. Is anyone upset? Comment if you're upset.
Not me.
What about Lisa? Maybe Lisa's upset.
She's always upset.
Hard to please. No, I can't hear you. Svava? No sound. You, no sound.
It's all right.
There we
I'm
are.
sorry.
We're
If
back.
I'm having problems with my sound, it's fine. I want you to sing. This is your uh, this is on you. I really want you to enjoy yourself, and I'm so glad that people are enjoying this.
Good. Um,
Now
what
I'm
would you
just gonna
like?
try to fix my sound again. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you great.
Nothing?
You sound good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. But I can't hear you, and I don't know why.
Hmm.
That's all right. I'm just gonna have to live with that for a sec.
Yep. Um,
Okay, there you are. Okay,
okay,
so
okay.
you can hear me now.
I
I
can hear
can hear
you.
you. I'm just gonna plug stuff in a different way, and then this is not gonna be a problem anymore. But
That's
man,
fine.
you studied astronomy, man. That is
I
so
did.
cool.
Yeah, it was a lot. Oh, thank you, Deb.
Uh-huh.
Um, actually, oh yeah. See? Brian
See?
Carroll was impressed with my ad-libbing.
Yeah. Can you hear this?
I can hear that. That
Okay,
sounds
cool.
great.
Then we're fine. Then we're fine. It's just like the monitor thing is
Yeah.
gone from me.
Um, that song, I wrote it as soon as I came up with that guitar part, I knew it had to be about this time of year because there's a certain feeling that overtakes me. Um, and in the springtime and sometimes in the fall, I just feel this need to escape and go somewhere far away and kind of like put myself through an adventure. And the ending of that song kind of ties it back to just being okay with yourself and being at peace with yourself. But it took me months and months to find those lyrics. And when I finally found them, I was uh, I was staying at my parents' house, and I woke up at like 3 in the morning, and it came to me, and I just started bawling, and that's when I knew the song was done.
Yeah. I think one of the beautiful things about your songwriting, man, is and you've really been developing so much, and it's almost uncanny to watch because you've been growing so fast. You've been developing like at a rate that I would. Look, I get like scared when I see how fast you've been growing and how fast you've been developing, like because your lyrics and your songs started out very elaborate,
Hmm.
very you had a very cerebral sense to it,
Yeah,
very like high up, and it was amazing to listen to, but very often very challenging. You were like, whoa, you had to like, oh shit, oh, there's gonna
you're
be a
right.
key change, there's gonna be a tempo change, and time changes and stuff. But then you kind of gradually, very kind of like a very steady but fast development to just like searching for some roots, searching for really grounding lyrics and
Yeah.
songs that I found are much more based in like the human condition on the basic level, which I really think is so impressive that you've managed to get there.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and obviously you've been a big part of that journey, and uh, a lot of it was just realizing that I was trying to fit too many words in. I was trying to fit too many ideas. And when you realize that the most powerful statements, the statements that everyone, you can kind of like hear a pin drop when someone says them, they have very few words. And that ethos kind of applies to songwriting. The fewer words you can say to get the point across, the better. I've still got a long way to go, but I definitely did have this point where I was like, I'm tired of saying so much. I want to say fewer things.
I've been there for the past, like, I think it's because I started my career so late, that I
That's
came
very
in.
helpful.
Yeah, I came in just thinking like, oh no, I want to be simple, you know. I think it's got to do with I read the autobiography of Albert Einstein,
Yep.
like probably some 10 years ago or something. And he had this phrase that was like, that nature loves a simple equation.
It does. Yep.
You know,
And
like, and the
yeah,
most beautiful equations are the ones that can be put very simply.
and I feel like with coming into it at an older age, as a young person, you just feel like you have so much to prove and you feel like you have so many eyes watching you and judging you, and that's really just not true. You can, as a young artist, um, you don't really have to go out to impress people. You just try to sound like yourself. You know, you don't have to be the next Beatles, because think
Yeah, but
about your
everyone
friends.
feels that pressure, don't
Yeah, I
they?
know,
Everyone
but
feels that pressure to just like, I have to impress, I
yeah,
have to really stand out. And what? How can I do that? Just by blowing myself up, you know?
yeah, and that's the thing about, if you think about your friends, not every one of your friends is always impressing you, and you just can't believe what they're doing. You just like them because each of them is like a fingerprint. Each one of them is unique, and that's really what you have to do as a songwriter, is just try to find what you feel like you sound like and go with that. And
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to do anyway.
I'm sorry, I'm out of focus now too. This is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You have to figure out what you feel and what you feel you sound like. And I think that's been, and I think watch, because of course you're like, what are you, like 10 years younger than me? Something like that?
I'm
More?
33.
Yeah, you're 11 years younger. So I've actually
Woohoo.
been watching your career like as a very young singer-songwriter,
Yeah.
like when I met you. And just like, I've watched you, and I've really had the privilege of observing you develop and mature, and it's just it's such a privilege,
Thank
and
you
I
so much.
love seeing that happen in a human being.
Well, yeah. And I really cannot repeat it enough. You've been a huge part, like all our hours playing shows together, and then just like the late nights in your living room um, there in Reykjavik. It's just been very special to me, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
And our amazing uh, impressions of
Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog.
Yes.
I think these times, I think for the last 4 years we've been touring sometimes together, and we're meeting up, and basically I think these last 4 years have been almost, I felt like they should have been narrated by Werner Herzog the
Yeah,
entire
you kind of
time.
need that inappropriately existential commentary of everything in order
Today,
to,
the
yeah.
President of the United States of America condemned the world to darkness and chaos. Or in other words, in or as we would put it, it is a normal Wednesday night. It's,
Staring into the blankness of vacuous space.
we are falling into the abyss on this beautiful Thursday afternoon.
Oh, Werner.
And
Hey,
I loved you. You had this epic description of a snake. I don't remember
oh,
how it went.
okay. For everyone, for context, if you're wondering what the hell is going on right now, there's a German documentary filmmaker named Werner Herzog, and this is just every film he makes, no matter what it is. If it's a kid's birthday party, he's going to find uh, something to say about it that makes you wonder, like, is life beautiful? Is life worth living? He puts that spin on it all. And
He
what
has
was it?
that amazing situation where the penguin is walking in the wrong direction. Remember
Yeah,
that one?
it's just a penguin walking, and he makes it into like voluntary suicide. Um,
Yeah, the penguin is going on a journey that will end. It's just going to. It's just like he just
hey,
describes it as such an existential, just horror show.
yeah, let me do this. I want to hear a song from you, if you would be so willing,
Right.
and I'm going to talk you into the song with a Werner Herzog.
Cool.
All right. The image that you all must imagine is a snake eating another snake. The snake can never be sure whether it is being filleted or merely consumed. What began as a reptilian game of just the tip soon turns into an episode of unspeakable horror.
I love your Werner Herzog, man. That is beautiful. So,
What is beauty?
so I'm gonna do. Which song should I do? Like, which one would you like?
Oh, I can't choose. Just
Alright.
do what you want. We'll all love it.
So I'm gonna do Wanderlust because I miss traveling. Ain't it hard to have a home when all you're longing for is to ramble and roam? It makes it hard to have a home. And ain't it good to say goodbye and throw your troubles into the sky? It makes it good to say goodbye. And I have walked and I have strayed so many roads, so many ways, and I've stumbled and I fell low. So much to see, so much to show. And ain't it hard to have a home when all you're longing for is to ramble and roam? It makes it hard to have a home. The world glides on by on a train, a tiny sigh leaves my mouth and greets the day, drifts on south, floats away. And ain't it hard to have a when all you're longing for is to ramble and roam? Makes it hard to have a home. And ain't it good to say goodbye, throw your troubles into the sky? It makes it good say goodbye. It makes it sweet to say goodbye. It makes it hard to have a home. Oh man, I was just thinking it would be great if people could just like sing along in their houses, because I've been thinking that just if there's aliens just coming to the earth right now and they're like, you know, scanning us, and they're watching us, and all of a sudden they just hear songs coming out of 50 houses somewhere like randomly around the planet. They're gonna be like, oh, that is interesting, Blorks. Let us not kill them. Let's not blow them up. And like, it would be so great if we could just like make that happen. Like, throw those aliens off a little bit and make them leave because they have hostile intent. We're gonna sing? Yeah? Can we try that? Yeah, alright. Ain't it hard? Ain't it hard to have a home when all you're longing for is to ramble and roam? makes it hard. It makes it hard to have a home. Ain't it good to say goodbye? And ain't it good to say goodbye? Throw your troubles into the sky. Makes it good to say goodbye. Makes it sweet. It makes it sweet to say goodbye. It makes it hard to have a home. It makes it hard to have a home, but kind of sad to be alone. Whew. I'm gonna punch you back on, man. Sorry. They are. Hey, dude.
Oh man, that was so
That was
good.
fun.
You know, I sang a mean harmony on
Oh,
that
yeah,
song.
yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Oh, what I wanted to say about like this whole thing about capitalism and stuff is that the alternative doesn't have to be socialism or anything
No.
It's just like, can we just try to get out of this dualism? Because I think dualism is so harmful, like black and white. There's nothing but black and white. And I think there was
Yep.
a very interesting anthropologist, and name was Claude Levi-Strauss, and he
Yep.
said, "There's in the rainbow, human beings. How many colors do you see in a rainbow?" And normal human beings say 5, 7, 6, 8, but there's actually an infinite number of colors in a rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
But we demand to classify them as colors. So
Yeah. And you know, obviously in America right now, I have very strong feelings about this because we, I guess, and I don't want to get into it all, but
of course,
give
man,
me,
of course,
give me
it's
20,
sensitive.
20 seconds to say, I think a couple decades ago, news cycles found that it was profitable to divide people. And so if you can make the right think that the left is trying to destroy the world or the country, and the right think the same thing about the left, people will stay glued to their TVs and to their phones. And so, yeah, we've become unable to grasp the complexities in words like capitalism and socialism, both of which have very valid components.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we've weaponized these terms, but you know, it is the world we live in, Svavar.
I think that's a very apt observation, because this has actually caused the politicians, it's like a natural selection, that the
Mhm.
situation has caused politicians to become more divisive as well, as they get selected by how well they speak to the divide
Yes.
instead of speaking of unity. Because if you speak of unity, if you say like, oh yeah, I get you, I can empathize with your right-wing views, because I get it, I get being conservative, that's completely a rational thing to be as a human being,
Yep.
then you just get kicked off by
Yeah.
the
We
ones that,
demand complete conformity to our ideal sets.
yeah,
And
and like people get pushed apart rather than try to find some kind of common ground.
yeah, and haven't you found that throughout all of this, like there are times when I feel like I am going absolutely insane, just crazy out of my mind. And then when I stumble upon music again, wow, it's like the one thing that can break through all that noise and just you feel like, oh, we're all just human beings again. Um,
Yeah,
that's why I've been so, so grateful that I chose this path
man,
recently.
yeah. I'm so happy that we do this for a life.
Yeah,
Uh, and I'm so happy that this is our life to serve, to serve music.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
feel a lot of the time when I'm writing, when I'm performing and stuff, and I wrote this on Twitter today. I think that people listen to sad songs or like these kind of melancholic songs not to be pulled into. Yeah, that's right, Monisi. That's completely right. It's happening all over the world, and we have to do our best to counteract it.
Yeah.
But I found that when people listen to like these like melancholic songs, they're not trying to be pulled into darkness, but it's more like they are trying to cope with darkness, and they just want someone to hold their hand going through it.
Yeah.
And it may be preferably someone who has actually already walked that path and might just kind of be able to say, hey, we'll get through this. It's dark and it's shit and it's cold and it's wet, but we made it through once. You know, I'm
Yeah.
still alive.
And one thing I love about music is that you can have these very confusing mishmashes of emotion. Like you can have something that's sad, but you want to be there. You know, something that sounds kind of longing and forlorn, but you just crave to be in that world. Something that's funny and nostalgic. You know, you can just pick any two emotions, and with music, somehow it can elicit those even without words. Um, just amazing.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've just went through this today with some kids from Austria. I was singing Icelandic songs for students of Icelandic in Austria. So
Cool.
so we were singing over Skype actually, and I was singing some Icelandic songs for them and talking with them, and I mentioned that in my songs, in my Icelandic songs, usually there is a lot of you've heard this, like there's a lot of oohs in my songs,
Tons of ooze.
ooh, like this. And what I found is it is always the oohs in my songs are always some kind of description of the sun. It's
Hmm.
when I'm trying to describe how the sun feels to me at that moment. For example, the morning, or in January, or in winter. Like, it's always, the oohs are always something to do with the character of the sun, because the sun changes so fast in Iceland, always.
Yeah.
It's always going up, and yeah, la la la's are great.
I
They
loved
have,
how one time at a show you described how in winter the sun just like, you know, it just comes up over the horizon just enough to go like that.
yeah, like,
Um, no, but you're right. And actually, I found, you know, the composer Bach actually said that he didn't think of himself as a creator, he thought of himself as a discoverer. And I feel that way with music a lot of the time, where what I usually do is just I'm just playing. And then when I discover something that makes me feel something, it's kind of like when you smell in someone's closet and you're like, oh my God, that smells like my kindergarten closet,
yeah.
you know, and it elicits that. Music does the same things, and that's usually what I try to listen to and grab.
I think I was working with a friend, an Icelandic friend, a couple of years ago, and she described it so beautifully that says, we are just a conduit.
Mhm.
We are servants of whatever inspiration comes, and it is our only duty, it is our only job, it's our only work to act as a conduit for beauty, for truth, you know, for context, for humor. We are just supposed to be this conduit. So we're supposed to take in the situation, process it, and just send it back out. That's our job.
Absolutely. I
And
agree with
as an artist, you know,
you.
just serve. I love serving. And it's so amazing when you adopt that mindset of being a servant, being in the service of art and community. There's so much beautiful things that happen. So much progress going on. But
Yeah.
man, we've been talking for almost an hour. Guys, thank you so much for your patience hanging out with us. Almost all of you are still here,
I
especially you guys in Germany. It's almost midnight. Thank you so much, and Holland and Scandinavia. Thank you so much.
yeah, this is a really heady crowd, and I really I dig y'all's vibe.
Yeah, but man, like, don't you just love this format of just like chatting, playing songs
Oh, it's fantastic.
across the world? You
Yeah,
know,
I wish concerts were more like this. This is great. Although I love you kind of do this with the crowd at a concert.
well, you have this very similar approach of this loving your loving your audience. But I'd love one more song from you at least.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm sorry if we're talking too much, but it's a chat, it's a heart to heart, and I love, you know, I love being able to just introduce my friends to you guys and introduce people I love to the world. So
Yeah.
thank you all. Thank you for being part of that, guys. All of you. And please, I'll put in the banners here. Look at this. Facebook.com/OHgloriousLeader and OHgloriousLeader.com and OHgloriousLeader.bandcamp.com. If you want to support an artist, that's usually a wonderful way. Because if you just listen on Spotify, which is really nice, just listen on Spotify, but that basically you would have to listen to like an album more than 10,000 times for an artist to actually get the same money as if you buy just a copy.
Actually, Svavar, I don't even do CDs anymore. I do windmill-powered, recycled songbooks. This is the My Kingdom Pocket Companion.
So cool.
And inside it has the guitar parts, and it has lyrics, and it even teaches you how to play guitar a little bit.
No way. I mean, you are so creative. Right. I love that.
Thank you, Svavar.
Kyle, you fox. You're amazing. All right, I'm gonna put you on now for a solo. All right,
okay.
Please play us a song. What's the song called?
This next song is called "Wait." And when I wrote this,
Hi, Taylor.
Taylor. When I wrote this, I actually stole a line from you, but then on the first line of the chorus. But then I finally replaced it.
Oh, don't.
I know.
You have to steal. It's fine.
I know, but I just wanted you to know that it was stolen from you originally. But here's the song.
Oh, Lisa, you can watch this. It's gonna stay online. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's a shame that we don't treat our lovers the same way we treat our friends, but we take for granted in each other. We'll stick it out till the end. Maybe it'd be better if we weren't quite so sure that nobody was leaving. We can take just so much sunny weather before we need a storm to hit, to create some darkness in the heavens and make us miss the sun again. Maybe it'd be better. I'd like it better that way. But baby, don't you listen? Wait, don't take my bait. It's a fight I'm not prepared to win now. I said, wait, show me your face, and I'll tell the same lie again now. It's a grind, love turns into a mortgage, but everybody settles in. For the long ride, the payments get boring, so let's make a mess of it. Till there's nothing around us anymore. Till there's no one around us anymore. Ooh. Maybe it'd be better. I'd like it better that way. But baby, don't you listen? Wait, don't take my bait. It's a fight I'm not prepared to win now. I said, wait, show me your face, and I'll tell the same lie again now. Oh, wait, don't go that way. It's a fight I'm not prepared to win now. I said, wait, show me your face, and I'll tell the same lie again now. I'll tell the same lie again now. I'll tell the same lie again now. I will tell the same lie again.
Beautiful, man. Ah,
Thank you.
thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, Svava.
Man, that's what I'm really watching you. That's part of the development I'm watching is understated, chill, cool.
I'm mellowing out, man. What can I say?
It's also like just you don't feel the pressure. You just like whatever works for me, and you just like you find a thread, you follow it. It's so cool.
Create a space. Hey, can I show you? You have that beautiful painting by Hildur behind you.
Hildur Ása Henrysdóttir. It's called Morning Glow, and it's just this body positive, like just getting dressed in the morning. So nice.
I have a painting. I thought I would join the party.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Deb.
Yeah, it's Deb. Yeah.
Look,
Jazz may
okay.
have been challenging, but this song is evidence you got it, Kyle.
Yeah, I guess it was being screamed at, as I learned, it really drove it in.
And Isabel from Montreal says hi. Cool.
Hi, Isabel.
We are so fortunate, man. And
We
thank
are.
you guys for hanging out with us.
I have this painting I want to show you. It just got done by a local artist.
Cool.
And it's going to be the next album cover, but I feel like it just captures this beautiful it's the title of the album is Glorious Leader in the Analog Cabin Mystery, and the guy just nailed it.
That is so cool. Oh my God. And that's your jacket.
That's my
jacket. Is that your cabin?
That's my cabin.
Sheesh.
This is a sneak preview because I'm not really going to release this for a while, but
awesome.
I've just been looking at this thing like, God, it just makes me so happy.
Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you.
That's my cousin.
You're a lucky man. You have good people around you too.
Well, you as well. Can you play another song, or do you? What's your?
I'd love to play like a farewell song, since we've done like an hour. But I think like guys, COVID. We have this every cloud has a silver lining, and in Icelandic we have fátt er svo með öllu illt ekki boðið nokkuð gott. Not all situations are so bad that they don't give you something good. And I've always thought it's really interesting that the Icelandic language doesn't have almost any sayings about planning or making plans, because our weather and our seasons are so unstable that there is no way to make plans. You don't sow in February or March or something and then expect to get a crop you know. So um, the Icelandic sayings are all like, "Oh, we have to make hay when when the sun is shining. We have to go to sea when the wind is not blowing. We have like everything is always like we have to do things at the opportune time, instead of instead of uh, yeah instead of making plans, we have to be able to respond to the uncertain. You know, that's an interesting. It's interesting that every language and every nation, every like culture has a unique way of expressing. Oh yeah, and I want to thank all my patrons for helping me out, because like a lot of the equipment and stuff that I'm working with is actually paid for by my patrons, and thank you.
Ooh.
And this coronavirus situation, I would have never started to learn how to do stuff like this if it hadn't been for COVID, right? So the reason why I'm reaching out to my friends, doing chats, um, and kind of expanding our universe a little bit is, you know, because the COVID situation pushed me into learning new things and pushed me into approaching. And I love it when it pushed out of your comfort zone. And of course, it's a horrible time, but at least we got this out of it. Like, we got a lot of artists, we got a lot of people learning new things. And in Iceland, for example, there's a lot of discussion now that, like, hey, wait, maybe we don't need to keep people in offices all the time. Maybe we don't need to keep people in traffic all the time. Maybe people can work a lot more from home. Maybe people can work less hours. Maybe we can be a little bit more chill as a society, you know, not push people all the time to their very limits, just flirting with burnout all the time. So yeah, cheers to that. I'd like to play for you guys a song um, or two. Um, oh, what did I do with the... I had some lyrics lying around, but now they're gone. Well, that's all right. It's a song called Halfway Down the Stairs, and it's one of my favorite songs of all time. Halfway down the stairs is the stair where I sit. There isn't any other stair quite like it. And I'm not at the bottom, and I'm not at the top, but this is the stair where I always stop. Halfway up the stairs, it isn't up, it isn't down. It isn't in the nursery, it isn't in the town. And all sorts of funny thoughts fly around my head. It isn't really anywhere, it's somewhere else instead. Halfway down the stairs is the stair where I sit. There isn't any other stair quite like it. And I'm not at the bottom, and I'm not at the top, but this is the stair where I always stop. Yeah, this is the stair where I always stop.
Oh my God. Who wrote that?
Oh, it was Fraser Simpson and A.A. Milne. Something Fraser Simpson. Hold on.
It's beautiful.
It was something Harold Fraser Simpson. Yeah.
Okay. God,
I never
that
know.
one's Oh, that was so intricate and lovely and sparse.
Don't you love
I
the
love it.
ukulele? It's so easy to just like make nice chords. Oh, beautiful.
This was my grandfather's. He just passed away in the spring, and this was his 1930s Martin ukulele. Um, and it's been such a little inspiration to me. It's so delicate.
It's absolutely sublime. It's beautiful. What I love about the ukulele is what I love about like what I've come to start to really appreciate about music is implied harmonies.
Yes.
You know, when you have maybe just two notes, you know, like this or like this. Oh, like this. Just these two notes. There is a chord,
Yep.
but your imagination has to figure it out.
Yep.
And it makes the listener do a little bit of work. And that makes it like a cooperative effort.
Yeah, it makes it a more personal experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it when, you know, you can make like you ask the listener just like, can you listen? Yeah, where is this going? And it challenges them. Challenge, not just like passive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like reading a good book, like reading Hemingway. You know, he would write 2 sentences, but there would be 4 sentences of information stored between the lines. And that's kind of what the ukulele gives you.
Yeah, I love the implied, the silence between the sounds. You know, is that's something like someone told me about music is that it's even more important than the notes themselves are the spaces between the notes.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's
the
true.
little quiet parts that create the context.
Yeah, and give the listener some time to process and insert themselves into it a bit.
Well, guys, Kyle, it's so great to have you, man. Listen, this is not a no repeat show. So whenever you want to have like another heart to heart, my couch is your couch, and I'd love to have you back on whenever.
Thank you so
You know.
much. Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously you can tell how much fun it's been for me too, and I'm sure for everyone listening. So, thank you.
Yeah, likewise, guys, and all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are really we wouldn't be here without you. And dude, and all of my artist friends and people that are doing something that creative and wanting to express to the world something kind. And I'm always open to hearts and chatting and making something nice. But Kyle, like, even if it's like in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, like whatever you like, if you want to sing a song or two, we can just like make stuff like this happen. It takes me 5 minutes to set this stuff up now.
Let's do it again. I'll maybe we'll give it a month or two so people can forget, and then we'll come back again and have the same conversations.
But
It'll
of course, our friends in Europe, don't worry. Kyle and I are certainly going to be playing gigs together again.
Yeah.
When the fog clears. And we love you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you all again. Kyle, Woolard, glorious leader, thank you so much for being with me tonight.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for being such a terrific host.
I'm gonna try like doing like this now.
Ooh.
And then like end. So like they can still hear us, but now I'm just gonna I'm not gonna leave Irene on there. Yeah, okay, cool. I love this. This is really cool.
Maybe we should just end with a bunch of mouth noises on the mic.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Oh my God.
How are you doing?
So I'm doing fine.
Yes.
Yes.
It's just, you dirty. You, dirty.
Oh my God.
Dirty.
Yeah, don't stop.
Yeah, you mean.
Don't stop.